You're watching Under Construction, presented by Coldwell Banker, when experience matters. Sponsored by America's Home Place. Make your dream home a reality. John's Gifts and Furniture, decorating homes in the Tri-County area for over 40 years. Wayne's Roofing, for all your roofing needs.
Welcome to Under Construction. We're so excited to bring you this new series, 8-week series, and it could be longer. And Jed Hat2 is our first guest. You should be honored.
Thank you.
Jed Hat2 with Elite Overhead Garage Doors. That is a mouthful. A great business, a great new, it's not really new now, but a great business in Rocky Mount and surrounding areas, I might say. You don't only service Rocky Mount.
No.
But anyway, Under Construction will be on Thursday nights at 7:30. So we hope you'll tune in to see your favorite local people on TV, giving you tips, just great information, real estate, all kinds of things, construction, and a lot of subcontractors that some of the folks in the area, contractors, use, and some tips from those contractors. And today, we're going to talk to AJ a little bit later with Elite and let him give us some tips about overhead doors, garage doors. So anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You know, Jet, you started out working for a corporation or a corporate company, and you decided that you wanted to be an entrepreneur. Why did you choose this kind of business, an overhead door business? I mean, why, of all the businesses you could choose, why this one?
So I was in corporate America. I was heavy into sales. I was heavy into marketing. I was heavy into training.
Yes.
So I found a passion for that. And my husband was an apprentice in the Raleigh market with another garage door company. And in my previous role, I had to do a lot of research on our competitors. I had to be able to see what our competitors were doing, what margins they were making, what their P&Ls looked like. I really had to see how they were going to business. And so I kind of took that and put that in front of our face the year before we opened, and I was like, hey, look, there's only this many companies doing this type of work.
Right.
How can we do something? And he was a little scared at first. And March of 2022, I looked at him and I was like, I'm ready, let's go. I'm 100% confident in my sales, my marketing, my training abilities.
And so you took the leap.
I did. I said, I can network with the best of them. I know we won't have a problem.
Right.
And I 100% have faith in him with his customer service and with the service that he actually provides and the products that we sell. So here we are, 2.5 years later, growing strong.
Well, I think there is a definite need in our community for this business. And AJ does have previous experience. He didn't just come to this business green. I mean, he totally worked for another company and is so knowledgeable. I mean, AJ is very impressive and very knowledgeable with what he does and loves what he does. He likes working with people. I can tell that with his personality. He just likes working with people. I even had a lady approach me in a business one time. I was shopping and she had seen him on TV and she said, you know, that AJ with Elite Overhead Garage Doors, I don't know if she called the whole name, but anyway, she said, I just love that company. That guy is so nice. And so he is personable, has a great personality, and that helps, you know, that also helps. But anyway, customer service to y'all is important.
It is very important. He did come from a customer service background. And then when you get into the trades, so what we do is technically considered a trade.
Right.
People that are in trades are sometimes in trades because they don't want to be people facing, so they don't have those personality skills. But he has 40 plus, well, He's 40, so let me not age him too much. Let me say he's got 35 plus years in customer service. And now he's got the trade aspect. So the dynamic of the two has really set us apart in every single category.
Yes.
So,
well, customer service this day and time is very important. People want to be taken care of. You spend money. I mean, you want you want someone like AJ that knows what he's doing first off, and it's very nice and customer oriented. And can y'all, and we'll ask AJ later, but do you have a pretty quick turnaround when somebody calls you?
So it just depends. It depends on kind of the day of the week. We do get some calls in the evening, and we will schedule the very next morning. We've also gotten calls same day, and he's been there within an hour. So it just depends on what's currently on our schedule and what the job entails. So we do like to move pretty quickly, because at the end of the day, if this were our home, we would want someone to be out there within at least a 48-hour window.
Yes. Well, that is wonderful. So you also you fix garage doors, but do you do new construction?
We do new construction. We are very peculiar with who we work with and how we work with, because we are more focused on the quality of our work, not the quantity of our work. Right. When you are driving up and down 95 or even 40, even 64, you're constantly seeing new housing developments go up every day. And those are going up pretty fast. So we choose not to do pretty fast work like that. We want to make sure the work that we are doing is more qualitied with the more qualitied product that we offer, and with our warranty. So everything that we do install, whether it's new install or whether it's an install on a current home, and like you just want to add some curb appeal to your home and add a brand new door or a brand new motor, our warranty covers that for 3 to 5 years, or whatever you purchase.
Now, you do have a storefront, which we are in right now. Yes. Where is your storefront?
So we're located at 415 South Wesleyan Boulevard. We do accept clients by appointment only. We do have a warehouse, which is actually behind us, behind this white wall, where we do store our products, our doors, our springs, everything. And we do actually open the doors for customers that would like to DIY. Yes. Sometimes they don't want a technician to come out, or maybe they already have previous experience and understand what they need to do. Right. They'll come to us and we become their supplier, so they don't have to drive all the way to Raleigh.
Right. Well, can they look online? Can you show them things online, or do they need to come here?
So there's two ways. We do have the products that we sell on Google. So if you go to our Google page, everything is up there of what we offer and what we sell. But then also AJ, my husband and our technician, he has on his phone, we have a software. So let's say you want to add curb appeal to your home. You have a regular white door, but you want to add a beautiful blue door to your home with glass. What he can do is he can come straight to your house, take a picture of your house, and he can superimpose that photo right onto your home and show you exactly.
So you can see how it's going to look.
So you can, before you buy it.
Oh, yes.
So, because they're not cheap.
Right.
So you can see exactly what it would look like, and you can play around with it.
That's
and then
cool.
From that point, he can show you everything, and then on our invoice, everything is listed based off of what you need. That's another thing. When we come to your home, we want to make sure we focus on the repair, because not every door needs to be taken down and installed in a brand new door. So if someone comes to your house and says, you need to remove everything and do a brand new door, get a second opinion.
Absolutely.
Because it could be a point that you don't have to. So we want to make sure we're focusing on the repairs to keep the longevity of your door there.
Yes.
And then get to the point that when you do have to make that very large purchase to install that new door, then you'll give us a call, and then we can do everything from that point. So yeah, someone's telling you that you need to take everything down and reinstall it, that's not necessarily true. Make sure you get a second opinion.
Well, you know, it's like anything else. You don't just always buy a new door. And maintenance, you know, we want to talk about maintenance too. I'm big on that because if you take care of things, sometimes you won't have to buy a new one as fast.
Right.
So maintenance is important. You know, how often would you say I should get my springs checked?
So we offer maintenance packages. We offer them for residential and commercial. Residential, we'd say about twice a year.
Okay.
One in the winter.
Okay.
When you're not currently using your door, because in the spring and summertime, you're using that door. It's a huge access point for your home. You know, you may be having cookouts, kids keep all their stuff in the garage. So it's constantly going up and down. So once in the winter, once in the summer, but you should want to make sure that your springs are tightened, everything is balanced. You would want to make sure everything is lubricated so that those screechy hinges and those screechy rollers aren't waking your neighbors. You want to make sure that all of your remotes and your clickers are set up and working. You want to make sure that your sensors are tightened so that you don't have issues. So we do offer maintenance packages. And I think people are just now seeing the value of what we're offering. But for $200 a year, you get 2 visits, and we just ensure that, hey, we're going to come and make sure that everything is set up properly, everything is tightened properly, everything is calibrated how it needs to be so that you don't have future issues.
Right.
So, because replacing an entire system, let's say your door does come off and it gets damaged, you will have to replace the whole thing. That could equal upwards on to $5,000, you know, so keeping the preventative maintenance, you do it on your vehicle.
Absolutely.
You do it at least every 3 to 6 months.
Yes.
Because of the life cycle of your oil, the life cycle of your tires, the life cycle of all of your fluids. It's the same concept. But I tell AJ all the time, we're the unspoken superheroes because I don't think people realize how often they use their garage door.
Right.
And they don't realize who they need to call when they need it. So that's why we're always out in the community wanting to make sure we are that face. So when you do need something done with your garage door repaired, that you're calling us.
So when we get preventative maintenance done, he checks everything. He checks rollers, he checks the whole ball of wax, right?
Hinges, he'll tighten your springs to make sure your door is balanced. He'll probably show you whenever you guys go out and meet with him how it balances, and you can actually try that at home. If your door's not balanced, give us a call and he'll come out and make sure it is balanced. Get on our maintenance package.
Sure.
But yes, hinges, rollers, he'll check your springs, he'll check your motor, he'll check everything.
You're watching Under Construction, presented by Coldwell Banker, when experience matters. Sponsored by America's Home Place. Make your dream home a reality. John's Gifts and Furniture, decorating homes in the Tri-County area for over 40 years. Wayne's Roofing, for all your roofing needs.
At America's Home Place, we believe your perfect home isn't found, it's built. With over 50 years of experience, we offer a variety of custom home styles to fit your needs. Built on your land. Our customers love the wide variety of options and the smooth, hassle-free experience. Your never-ending search for the perfect home ends with America's Home Place. Reach out to your local building center to get started with building your dream home today. America's Home Place, your custom home builder.
John's Gifts and Furniture has been decorating homes in the Tri-County area for over 40 years. We have everything you need from sofas and recliners to outdoor polywood furniture. You will also find an elegant selection of lamps, framed art, and area rugs. Ask about our tabletop decor such as decorative trays, jars, and bowls. John's Gifts and Furniture since 1982.
information. So we're actually on site at one of our customers' homes that we have provided services for. So tell us a little bit about the spring systems and what the customers need to know.
So the spring system, usually you have 1 or 2 springs with torsion springs. They usually last about 10,000 cycles. Up and down is 1 cycle. Now your springs are connected to your shaft, which is connected to your drum, which is connected to your cable, and down to the bottom bracket on your door. The spring system is what actually lifts the door up and down. People think it's the motor. It's not the motor. The motor just moves the door. The spring system is what does all your heavy lifting. So your rollers most of them have bearings in them. These are neoprene rollers. They look like they're plastic, but they're not. They're neoprene material. So they're made to be a lot quieter than your standard metal rollers and a lot quieter than your plastic rollers, and they have a longer lifespan. Now, people don't realize this, and a lot of garage door companies don't do this as well. When these springs break at 10,000 uses, these rollers have that same lifespan, 10,000 cycles as well. So you're supposed to replace them the same time you replace your springs. Now, if you don't replace them, they'll start to they have bearings in them. So you'll hear a lot of clicking going up and down. And that's an indication that the rollers are needed to be replaced. And then also you'll start to get, when you go past the 10,000 cycles, you start to have a lot of play in the head. And if that head breaks on any roller, depending on where it is, that's the only thing that holds the door in the track. So your door can fold in on itself if it's going up and down when a roller breaks. So it's very important that you maintain, usually if your door is making a sound it's not normally making, that's the indication that you need to call someone and get it maintained before your $200 or $300 repair turns into a $3,000 or $4,000 door replacement.
And that's one thing that we do offer. So we do offer maintenance packages. They're bi-yearly, so they're every 6 months. And what AJ does and our other technicians do, they come out and they make sure everything is lubricated. They make sure your spring systems is tightened up and that your doors are balanced. They make sure everything is good so that you don't run into those issues where you're going to end up costing, thousands of dollars. Tell me a little bit about the hinges. I know when I'm talking to you, you're always mentioning we're changing out hinges. Tell us a little bit about why those are important.
So on this particular door, we replace rollers and hinges. The reason why we replace them, if you look at these hinges here in the center, and you look at these hinges on the side, the gauge of this steel is a lot thicker than these. And new construction doors, you typically get a cheaper, thinner hinge. And so what happens is over time, when the springs aren't maintained and aren't balanced, they start to have cracks in them. And they start to crack right here, usually. So if you want to check your hinges for cracks, you can check and see that there's a little line that starts here. And then the problem is also when the crack becomes too deep, it breaks the hinge in half. And then you really don't have anything connecting the sections together because these doors are all sections. This door particularly has 1, 2, 3, 4 sections on it. So if this hinge breaks, there's nothing holding that section. And again, the door can fold in on itself. So it's very important that you at least visually keep an eye on these hinges on the sides mostly.
So we also get a lot of calls about people saying that their garage door will stop and it will come back up. And we've seen that there's a lot of sensor issues. So can you tell us a little bit about how the sensors operate first?
So these are what they call safety sensors. There's 2 of them typically, always 2. One orange one and one green one on this particular door. This is a LiftMaster motor. So anytime you have a LiftMaster motor, you'll see a green and an amber light. The amber light is always going to be on as long as the motor has power. That's telling you that the motor has power. And no matter what you do, if you try to cover it or you do it, it's always going to be amber no matter what. It's not going to cut off. Now your green sensor is the one that's going to tell you that if there's a break in a line of communication between the orange and the green sensor. So right now, it's lit up green. If you wanted to see if it's working or not, or see if it's supposed to be cutting on and off or something gets obstructed, you just put your hand in front of it and it cuts off. That's how you check to make sure your sensors are. Now, if you go to press your door when it's up and it's not closing and it's giving you a clicking sound, that's usually sensors. So let's say that happens to you at for example, 8 o'clock at night and you can't get a hold of a technician. The way to bypass the sensors is to press and hold your wall mount until your door gets all the way to the bottom until you can get someone out to fix the issue for you. Just like your car needs maintenance, your garage door needs maintenance. These motors, they're all of them. I don't care what brand you have. They're on the inside, all the gears are made out of plastic. So if the door is too heavy, I'll give you, we can show you. So once a year, you want to disconnect this pull from the actual rail up there to test to see how heavy your door is. And you can do it section by section. Right now, this door is staying up on its own pretty much. So it's a balanced door. If your door is going up by itself too fast, it's not balanced. If you're trying to lift it and it's heavy and it's falling on its own, it's not balanced. So you want to make sure you get this door balanced or check. If you don't want to do it yourself, checking it yourself, you can call us out or call another garage door company, whoever. But you should always call and get these doors maintenance and check to make sure your hinges are okay, your rollers are in good shape, your springs don't need adjusting. If you don't, these motors are supposed to last typically about 20 years or so, 25 years. If you don't get your door maintenance and you don't get these springs checked, that could turn into like 7 or 8 or 9 years. So you'll lose almost half the life of your motor by not getting your door maintenance.
Awesome. Well, you said call another garage door company, but I don't think that we want that. We want them to call Elite Overhead Garage Doors for all of their needs. Like he said, we do door installs, springs, maintenance packages, motors, sensor jobs, any kind of repairs. So give us a call.
Where do you see the future of garage doors going?
So the statistic is 50% of homes built in America have a garage door.
Right.
When I did that research, that was 3 years ago because we've been in business for 2.5 years. Every home that is currently being built right now, especially in our area, has a garage. So I know that percentage is going to go up.
Yes.
So I know that our services are going to be needed. I see also a lot of technology being implemented. We do install motors that you can use from an app. And let's say you took a trip to China and someone is needing to get into your home to let your dog out or to feed your dog.
Gosh.
You can literally go to your app and you can press open your garage door and it will open and close and let you know how long it has been open. So that technology is really taken over. There are other options as well. So like keypads that are on the outside of your doors.
Right.
They can come now with Ring cameras installed. So there's an option. So for like Amazon, you don't want your packages sitting on your front porch.
Sure.
You can say, hey, go to my garage door. You see their face. You can lift it straight from your app so they can put it inside of your garage. Also, motors are now coming with Ring cameras are installed on them. So let's say someone does break into your house. You've got extra security there.
Right.
So there's lots of technology coming down the pike.
Well, I want to thank Elite for being one of those great partners with you do a lot of sponsorships in the community. You really support this community, Jet, and I really appreciate that. It is great. Tell me some of the things I know ball, you do a lot of athletics and things like that. You came from that background anyway at North Carolina Wesleyan University, but anyway, tell us some of the things that you do sponsor.
So we realized when we were going into the area as a brand new business, we had to be face in the market, right? Mm-hmm. People had to understand who we were and what we stood for in order to be able to use our services. So we do a lot in the community, one of them being we sponsor teams with the city of Rocky Mount. We've sponsored soccer teams, we've sponsored baseball teams, even sponsor softball teams, which I coach. And we just won the regular season championship this last season.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. So we do sponsor those ladies and, they have Elite t-shirts. We are also members of the Chamber. And I do a lot with the Chamber,
yes, you do.
and a lot of their committees and a lot of their volunteer work. Also, we just won Rising Star.
Yes, you
so that was a huge feat. Just from being open for 2 years. We also sponsor baseball teams in the Wilson area. I know that's not necessarily Rocky Mount, but we're growing. We're seeing more business outside of our home base here. And so we want to make sure that what we're doing here in Rocky Mount, we're also doing in our other areas that we're impacting.
I think that is wonderful. We want to thank you for being on today, Jet and AJ and Elite Overhead Garage Doors. We have learned a lot about this company today, and that's what we're trying to do on Under Construction, is to learn more about some of our businesses that can help us with our homes and things like that. So anyway, we do thank you for being on, and thank you for watching every Thursday night at 7:30 Under Construction.